Our neighbors to the north, Canada, have blessed the United States with many wonderful exports and entertainment over the years. They've given us timeless films like Strange Brew and shows like You Can't Deny on Television. They've exposed us to legendary musicians like Rush and Avril Lavigne. And they've given us historically great actors like Dan Aykroyd, Tom Green, and of course, the one and only Eugene Levy. A little backstory on this comedic genius. Eugene Levy was born in Ontario, Canada, December 17th, 1946. While attending McMaster University, he met future Ghostbusters and Kindergarten Cop director Ivan Reitman. Levy is an alumni of Toronto's Second City Improv Group and starred in the 70s sketch comedy show SCTV, which also featured the late, great John Candy, Harold Ramis, Catherine O'Hara, and Martin Short, to name a few. He's been in several films in the past 5 decades, including Cannibal Girls, National Lampoon's Vacation, A Mighty Wind, and the box office bomb, The Man, with Samuel L. Jackson. Most people know him, of course, as playing the role of Noah Livingston, a.k.a. Jim's dad, in the American Pie films. Yep. The first American Pie came out 20 years ago. It was a box office smash and rejuvenated the teen sex comedy genre, spawning such classics like Eurotrip, Superbad, and Sex Drive. So not only has Levy been the only actor to appear in every American Pie movie in the franchise, but like most celebrities, he will be dead someday. So we are going to pay tribute to Eugene Levy now by ranking all 8 movies from worst to best of the American Pie movies. And since Devin here is the youngest, he has been given this task because he can probably relate to the teens in these films the best out of all of us. Yeah. So now, Devin, I assume like not too long ago, you were a horny adolescent humping every baked good you could find. So
I don't know about a baked good, but I mean, all right, I'll go with this.
So do you find that you could relate to any of the characters in this series?
Probably like Jim.
Yeah, okay.
That's kind of awkward.
I
feel like everybody could. Everybody's gone through that like kind of awkward phase
where he's like, "Should I hump the pie? Should I not?"
Yeah, exactly. You know, any kind of pastry.
Yeah. Okay, so with that, let's get into it. So, Devin, here you're going to give us your ranking called Devin's ranking of the American Pie films. Yep. What is your number 8 movie?
So number 8 is American Pie VanCamp.
VanCamp, the first movie that didn't get a theatrical release. I believe this one stars the faux Stifler brother.
Yes.
Not the original one from the first 2 movies, but they got this other kid to play the role of him. Mm-hmm. So why didn't you like it?
I hated it, actually. And it's just nothing about it to me was funny. I think the worst part was the fact that the dude playing Stifler's little brother, you can tell he's just trying to be exactly like Steve Stifler.
Right.
But he doesn't have that like charisma.
Right.
So it falls flat and it's just so annoying. And I couldn't stand it for like an hour and 40 minutes. I don't know, dude. And like the only 2 characters that are from the original series are like the Shermanator. Sure, you remember him?
Yeah, Shermanator's in it.
And then Eugene Levy's character, which was like the only good part of it.
So Eugene Levy, let's talk about his role in that film. What does he actually do? Okay.
I think he's like one of the counselors or some like a.
Right.
Yeah, I think he's something like that.
Okay.
And I think he does what he always does and like just gives him advice on like I guess
sex and stuff like that.
Yeah, some stuff like that.
Yeah.
And the whole thing was he's sent to band camp because he like sabotages the band's like end of the year performance it was not like the faculty and the parents and whatever. Mm-hmm. And I don't know, he like sticks his in something. After that, I'm like, all right,
so basically Movie Land, instead of like punishing him like detention, look, we're gonna send you to band camp.
Yeah,
for,
exactly.
Summer.
I was just like,
that'll teach you.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, I remember that one. I do remember like how bad he was. Oh yeah, young and hung, baby. Like he was a caricature
exactly
of his older brother. All right, so that one's the worst one he's seen. I guess it gets better from here. What is your number 7?
American Pie presents Beta House.
Beta House. Did not catch this one. What was this one about?
It was basically about the cousin of Steve Stifler. It's always the Stifler, bro.
Yeah.
Like the Stifler family.
Yeah.
Which is like Eric Stifler.
Okay.
And I think it was after his freshman year of college. And he wants to join a fraternity of his cousin. And the whole thing is he's the one Stifler who's not like promiscuous and like cool. And he's basically like the gym character.
Yeah.
And he wants to be known as like this. He wants to be just like his family and whatnot. And they're saying like the people from the frat, they don't want him to join because he's so lame. But then his cousin comes in and is like, well, he's a legacy. He has to join. And then he does all these like hazing rituals and whatnot throughout the movie just to like, I guess, feel accepted and everything.
They took a small like part of Flounder from Animal House and like, just blew that up into a movie. Yeah, that's cool. What is Eugene Levy's role in this one? If his part is not significant, you don't have to tell us, but is it?
I don't know. I don't think it was that significant.
Okay. All right. Oh, well, so at least it was a little bit better.
Yeah.
So coming at number 6, what you got?
The Naked Mile.
Oh, that sounds like a good title already. So that one I know was something about running naked for a mile.
Yeah. It's like a tradition for the college that they go to. And again, this stars the Eric Stifler guy.
Eric got 2 films?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Right.
This one actually comes before the Beta House one.
So this one, I believe he gets caught off into his grandmother's face. Like,
wait, yeah, I think, yeah.
And then
he kills her.
He kills her, right?
Yeah.
And then
that was like the only good part I feel like from that movie.
And then his girlfriend says, "You're too obsessed with sex. You need to go to this college and have your free pass."
Yeah,
which is also something that never fucking happens.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, wait, no, that's not a thing. Stop. Because what is it? She let him have that because she wasn't ready, and like they always wanted to do it, but she was just never about it. So she's like,
and you're beating off into your grandmother's eye, and killing her. Like, I don't know if I'm in the mood,
Yeah. So she gives him a pass to like I guess for the weekend, go down to college and hang out with his friends, and then also see his cousin. Oh, and then Eugene Levy comes in, and
why?
You know what?
We always gotta specify why he's here.
That's true. Okay. Sheesh. God.
I guess it's not important. Go on.
No. Like, she was having a conversation with him. I think he like goes around the school for some reason. I don't know if he's like a counselor there, but yeah, he was like, she was asking him for advice, like always. And he's like, "Oh wait, what? You gave him a free pass? Are you insane? During the Naked Mile? Like, no, you never do that." And then she just starts freaking out and stuff. But yeah, that was pretty much like it. That was
so
pretty much it, yeah,
a little bit better.
Yeah,
a lot of nudity, I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Eugene Levy came down and actually said this is the Naked Mile, like Bullhorn, something like that.
Yeah, he used to be a part of Beta House.
Of course.
Yeah. So he had to like officiate.
Okay.
And yeah, I guess do all that.
They
kind of
do
stuff.
a good job jumping through hoops to like pull him into every film. All right, what's number 5 then?
So number 5 is Book of Love.
This one, they somehow take that Book of Love in the first movie that you can find in the library at the high school.
Yeah, the Bible.
The Bible of all the sexual positions that helped out Kevin in the first American Pie, and they used that as a plot device. So somehow that worked for you. So how did that go?
I mean, it would. I like this a lot better than the other ones because, like, there were actually certain funny parts in this that it actually made me laugh. Because what is the main character? His name is Rob.
Rob Stifler?
No, not Stifler. There is a Stifler in it, but this is just like this guy named Rob, and this takes place 10 years after the original. And so he's basically like the gym character again, and he is trying to obviously get laid, and he tries to impress this girl or something, and then he ends up like catching the library on fire. And then the sprinklers come on, everything gets wrecked, and then there's like a little, like the shelf is like in shambles, and then he sees like the book poke through, but all the pages are messed up.
Okay.
So him and his friends are trying to go through the pages and like say, oh, like, wow, this technique, we can do this, we can get laid, guys, we can use this to get like finally get laid.
Yeah.
And then he can't really make out a lot of the pages on the book, so they go to Eugene Levy.
And he's like, I wrote that book.
Yeah, yeah, that's basically
Really?
I was like, oh, we started this book, years ago. Oh, I can just call everyone up and then we can rewrite the pages, and and
Of
it's
course,
this,
yeah.
it's this whole montage scene of just like them like in this warehouse trying to like get the information together, calling up people, and I thought that part was really funny. It was cool.
So as we can see from this list, the worst movies that they made are all straight to DVD ones that didn't make the theaters. So now we're getting into the actual release ones. So what is your number 4?
So number 4 is American Pie 2.
Wow, really?
Yeah.
I love this one when I saw it in the theater.
Really? Oh.
I kind of feel like I know where you're going with why it's so low, but what this one is basically total sequel.
Yeah.
Now they're like, the original cast are in college, and they're at like a they go to the beach and they get a summer house and they get jobs and hang out there, and shenanigans happens with Jim, like glues his hand to his like and gets caught outside naked. But what do you feel about this film?
It was tough between this one and just like the other films in the original series for me.
Gotcha.
Like, to all of them were really tough to rate because I liked all of them a lot. But this one, I don't know. It just, to me, since I saw the first one, I was basing off the first. I didn't feel like that.
I think what you're trying to get out is that it's like an obvious sequel where it's like, we didn't plan to make a sequel.
Yeah.
The first one did so well. So let's think of something real quick. But at the same time, let's hit the beats of the first movie.
Exactly, yeah.
So is that what the problem was?
Yeah, pretty much. You'll still like it, but it's just for this, I don't think it's maybe as good as some of the others. Yeah.
Okay, wow. Okay. Eugene Levy obviously really helps out his son, especially after gluing his to his hand and also telling the doctor, listen, my son really needs to get laid tonight. Is there something you do for him?
Right.
That's a cool dad, man. A dad really wants your son to get,
Yeah.
Okay. So top 3. What's your number 3 one?
American Pie 3.
American Wedding is number 3. I hate this movie.
Did you really?
Yes. Basically, this movie, Jim and what's the girl's name?
Michelle.
Michelle. They finally get married. They have a big wedding, and this is a lead up to it. And then the friends come down, best man, everything like that. Hilarity ensues, and like in the house here and there. I'm gonna let you tell me why this ranks over American Pie 2.
I feel like it's a lot more, I don't know, like endearing. Does that? I guess that makes sense. I don't know, like, and it focuses more on the bond between the friend group and whatnot, because they're trying. And a little bit like about Stifler and how they kind of feel about him, and they don't really want him included. And he gets like pretty emotional about it, and I felt like it like more than anything, it kind of focuses more on like the evolution of Stifler's character.
Okay.
And then he's like, oh wait, like you guys like don't like me, like you want me to change, like I don't want to change, like this is who I am and everything like that. And like he starts to slowly realize like, oh, okay, like, maybe I'm not that, great.
Took him 3 movies, but he did come around. Yeah. Okay. Eugene Levy doing his part, is playing the dad, being there for his son, even when he's getting a job while he's trying to talk to him under the table from his wife.
Yep.
Best time to do it, I guess.
Very first scene.
Yeah, okay. I see what you're saying. That is good.
Yeah.
Okay. So coming at number 2, what you got?
I have American Pie Reunion.
American Reunion, when they get the whole gang back together.
Yeah.
What was the point of that movie? I can't remember.
Oh, I don't know. Like, there's just basically this class reunion.
Okay, that's right. Thank you. Okay.
And they just want to get everybody back together. Like, what is it? Jim, Michelle, they had a kid.
Right.
And I think the side plot was like they want to like get their sex life to be exciting again, and like they just don't have any time for it now that the kid's born and everything. That Chris Ostreicher guy.
Yeah, he comes back. He's got a girl, and like his girlfriend from the
supermodel.
other movie.
They come back too, and like everybody comes
everyone
back.
comes back for this movie. You said Vicky is Tara
back.
Reid's character.
Yeah, she's back.
Okay,
too.
and Kevin's back. Nadia's back again, the exchange student.
Yeah.
Obviously, Eugene Levy is a grandfather now, but what does he do in this film?
That's why I ranked this. He deals with the death of his wife.
Okay.
Yeah, and that's like, I like this part because Jim is basically being a mentor to him now, and how to cope with like the death of the mom, and how for him to move on and everything.
So is Jim like whipping out like Shag magazines and stuff like it's like a role reversal?
I mean, yeah. Well, he actually goes on a site like eHarmony,
okay,
or whatever, and tries to get him like hooked up with somebody on that. But let's just say it doesn't work out. and so yeah, I don't want to give anything more away. But yeah, that's pretty much the.
All right. All right, so yeah, check out that movie. So have you been keeping a score? Obviously, the number one movie is American Pie, right? Yeah. The original from 1999. Why did they bust their cherry, so to speak, on the first movie?
I just think it's a classic. I think it's a great movie. I think it's super funny. And I think a lot of the acting in it is like it's believable. And I think it's probably like the best acting out of the whole series and whatnot, and you can actually like identify with these characters. I mean, if you're younger and whatnot, it really does a good job of like making the audience feel that way. And I don't know, it's just something like there's something like charming about it.
Blink-182's in it.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Same.
Yeah.
Especially how popular they were at the time.
Yeah.
And then this whole like building up to this like like party at the end of the movie.
Right.
I like the fact that all like the characters had their own storyline. You know, Finch and everything like that. And then we got like Stifler is being like Stifler the whole movie, and then he gets his comeuppance, and Kevin with his girlfriend.
They actually
Jim,
all have like personality.
Like, layers to the film.
Yeah.
Like I said in the beginning of the thing, it just rejuvenated the whole like franchise, because we only had the Fast Time at Richmond High in the 80s, and then it just pretty much in the 90s stopped. And then when that movie came out, it's just like, oh, we could do sex movies again, and like teenagers just each other. It was great. And then it was Eugene Levy, let's get to him. I loved like the awkwardness of like not only the pie scene, but like every time Jim's walking in the house and looking at like picture of himself, and then the dad's like, hey, like let's come and talk. I see that you are horny all the time. Like there's some like porn magazines I look at, and it's like that awkward moment of him talking to his son,
right? And
he's looking away in every second like that. Yeah, that's good list, man. Good list. Yeah. So thank you for that, Devin and Eugene Levy. You are a national treasure here in North America and probably the world. And when you die, we hope in the afterlife you are greeted with 72 MILFs and a batch of warm apple pie.
Wow, I like that.